Hello, everyone. Welcome to Joe Consumes Cinema. I'm your host. You know what I like most about killing synths? They don't feel pain, so there's nothing to cloud their minds when I'm chopping them up. See you soon, old toy. And today we have Alien Earth, Season 1, Episode 8, the finale episode. So we've got a ton in the works for, this finale episode. I think it's going to be really, really cool. Kirsch has captured Morrow, has the kids back under his control. He's still up to something, but for right now he has the latest xenomorph and, the old one is kind of just prowling along for now. At the very end of last episode, we have the split between Joe and Wendy now. Wendy feels betrayed by her brother when he took that shot against Nibs. Now, I think he did it purely because, the people that were there, he knew them from, working with them in the past. He sees this machine, wantonly killing people and, it's having fun while it's doing it. Nibs was like enthralled with it, and he takes the shot. We don't even know if Nibs is dead. She got zapped by that stun thing, whatever it is. She was like twitching, but is it possible they could fix her? Is she really dead? We don't actually know just yet. The way Wendy was acting, it seems like she might be dead, but we're not 100% sure on that. When they escaped off the island together, Joe and Wendy were talking right before they did it, and Wendy wanted to stick around to get the rest of the hybrids, but Joe was hesitant. He's mostly just focused on his sister, and that's it. Wendy stopped him and said, the reason that you can't go and leave me behind is the same reason that I can't leave them behind, because, she regards them as brothers and sisters on equal footing with Joe, and, she can't just abandon them. He feels they're completely expendable, and, if one of them starts killing people around him, he's not going to hesitate to take that shot. But yeah, it seems like Yutani's plan has initially failed. Morrow's still alive, so I know he's going to get out of it somehow. We still don't know what Kirsch is up to exactly. It seemed like he was betraying Cavalier and then, sort of turned things around. But yeah, I definitely expect more from him. Cavalier is so preoccupied right now, basically with getting himself killed. He was communicating with the eyeball, very clear it's a high level intelligence, it was counting back the digits in pi. And the ability to discern, those three numbers and then what correlates next to them. Also, how often exactly did the eyeball see numbers being used by humans and just, immediately pick it up? We're talking like genius level IQ, and Cavalier is going to try and have a conversation with it. I think the most likely candidate for who is going to be forced to become the host for the eyeball, I forget her name, but she's the scientist that's, initially in charge of the hybrids, kind of use them as her children, that type of thing. I always forget her name, but you know who I'm talking about. I think she's going to be lured into the cage and, the eyeball's going to put itself inside her, and then we'll finally get that conversation. I do not think it's going to go how Cavalier expects it to go. I think his ego might even be bruised because I think the eyeball is more intelligent than him. Fingers crossed that we get a Cavalier death. Great way to end the season as far as I'm concerned. This first season has been great overall. I've enjoyed every single individual episode and just, the collective work as well. Every episode has a new director, and so far, it's worked out quite well. I do think there are noticeable differences, and while overall the quality has been quite high, I think there are a couple episodes here and there where it's decreased just a little bit. Like last episode was still a good episode, but like the style that was implemented was a little bit different and not quite as good. Also thought the episode was way too short overall. It's like one of the shortest episodes in the season. All the others have been like 55 plus minutes, and the last one was like 40 something minutes, like not even 45. But yeah, I'm very excited for the finale, and I just want to get right to it. But before we begin, as always, remember to blank, blank, and blank. We're still very much a small channel, so every like, comment, share, subscribe that we can get really helps out. I really appreciate it. Patreon link down below. With that, let's get right to it. He washed up and now he's carrying for crabs. Or worse. Crab's like, this is my meal. Now, the xenomorph is obviously stalking Wendy. It was told to hide but stay close. Maybe it regards Wendy as its queen.
It's just growing pains. That's all.
Kind of self-delusion. Oh shit.
It's not safe here, man. Let's get you back to the facility.
She doesn't even know her husband is dead.
Yutani is jamming the satellites. We're cut off. The hybrids are confined in holding cell 1. We have zero containment on the adult xenomorph. It keeps killing them.
That really would be an interesting fucking conversation.
So Nibs is alive. It just stunned her. He's in there with Morrow.
What did you do? I'm the favorite. I shouldn't be in here.
Maybe it's because you snitched.
We found our graves. Rose, Marcy, Chris, LaRouche, and Jane. You.
I'm not dead. Okay, I'm the favorite. I'm not supposed to be here.
No, in the book, Wendy Darling is Peter Pan's favorite. And then she grew up. And that made Peter mad. And so he kidnapped her daughter, Jane.
Yeah.
We can't be kids anymore. But they won't let us be adults.
We're all ghosts.
What do ghosts do?
We've been afraid of them. But I think they should be afraid of us.
Here we go. It's gonna call out to it. God damn it. Did she tell it to cut the fucking power?
You Tawny, huh? Let's fucking go! How do you feel about your eyes?
Sir?
Oh boy.
Just to be safe, I think I'll feed you someone weak.
It's amazing here. Everyone is so wholesome. We'll be okay.
Psychological torture. Reminding her what she did and, you know, what it's come to. They put something over his hand so he can't use that blade he has.
Hey. It's okay. Let me have a look.
It's the best I'm gonna feel all day. Let me enjoy it.
You shot me.
I saved your life. How's the lung? Feels good, doesn't it? Being more than human. But there is a price. When a corporation gives you something, there's always a price. Do you know what it is?
Everything.
Everything doesn't begin to cover it.
Damn. Of course.
Self-destruct sequence initiated.
Oh, what the fuck?
26.
25, 24. You mad at him?
He shot Nibs.
He's one of us.
Sticking up for him.
Wait.
Friend, you wouldn't have a cigar, would you? A nice Cohiba?
Stop, you're gonna kill him.
I'm gonna save the ones I can.
You better save the children, because I'm gonna burn this place to the ground.
He's free now. Oh shit. He killed those two guys. I see the blood splatter. I didn't hear a sound though. This is gonna be interesting. Oh shit. Snapped him in half.
Man will always win. It's a question of will.
Oh shit. What got loose? Is it a xenomorph? Or something else? No way. Can't kill Moro off like that. He's just passed out. He's not dead.
How about a story instead?
No. You're a liar. You said I was your favorite.
Oh, did I? Doesn't sound like me.
What's the story?
That's awesome.
My daddy was a drunk. And to this troglodyte was born a miracle. A boy genius destined to rule the world. Unless his jealous daddy killed him first. My first synth, I was 6. I made him, you know, a grown man. And that was the end of daddy. Or should I say old daddy, because that night we moved and the synth became my new daddy.
No one's gonna give a 6-year-old his own empire, so...
I just made myself a figurehead.
Oh my god, it's the right hand of his.
Careful now.
Run. Nobody touches my brother.
Well, that's one good thing, but he's about to go up against the, new daddy.
Mr. Cavalier asked me to find you personally.
Why'd it have to be Nibs?
Where were you 10 minutes ago?
Why is he on the floor?
His back's broke.
Take this. Time up. Quick.
What are you doing?
I want you to know I didn't hurt your mother.
It's like, oh, of course. The fucking eyeball. I thought it was gonna be Sylvia. Finally learned her name. Smart. Get the fuck in there, stay in there. Oh my god. Oh fuck. No. Come on, protect yourself. Knocked it out.
Who would make children immortal? An eternity of, are we there yet?
She can control him.
I say what happens now.
Oh shit, it's slinked away.
He's mechanical, and he's on the network.
I'm sorry about Nibs. I didn't have a choice.
You want to know why I like them? The aliens. They're honest.
I mean, yeah, but...
They're predators.
Yeah.
We're food to them.
No, you're food to them. I'm...
a friend, I guess?
I don't know what I am. I'm not Marcy. I'm not Wendy. We have to go. We're rounding up the grown-ups.
This is the founder. I'm moving to the airship. My body mine is down. $1 million to the first man that finds me.
It's a game. Let me skip around like an idiot. Man, these flashing lights need an epilepsy warning here. Well, that was nice.
Stay frosty. This is a bad place. Anyone here?
The fucking plant got loose. We haven't seen what it does. Oh my god. Oh Jesus, she... Okay, I was not expecting that one. Tawny show up in force.
Whatever I did, I'm sorry.
No, you're not. You think you're a good person who did good things. All you did is put 6 children in the ground. I figured it out. You're not Peter Pan. You've always been a man. A mean, angry little man. Just like your daddy.
What do we do now?
Now we rule.
Okay, it took some time just to gather my thoughts. That was the finale episode. Probably the best episode of the season. That was amazing. So things start up with everybody, crowd up in that holding cell. All the hybrids are in one place. Joe and Moore are together in a cell. He's got that, thing on his arm, so he can't use that, knife attachment he has. Even though Prodigy has been very weakened by the events of the past 24 hours, they still, control the island for the most part. They've had to evacuate all non-essential security personnel, and, it's kind of a bare-bones skeleton crew. But they're still holding things together. The kids start talking amongst themselves and realize that, these adults have no business being in charge, and maybe it's time we took the reins. Wendy is kind of having an identity crisis throughout the course of the episode, but it makes total sense. She's not Marcy, she's not Wendy, she's not a girl she's not an adult woman, she's not a synthetic, she's not a human, she's just kind of her own thing. During that conversation she was having with Jane, saying that, it's all a lie. We should have known from the story. Peter Pan gets mad at Wendy, who commits the sin of growing up and becoming an adult, and then in response to that, he kidnaps her daughter, Jane. So all the pieces of the puzzle were there right in front of us. We just, never had the audacity to look for ourselves and confront the cold, hard truth of it all. She says we're ghosts, and then she proceeds to, haunt the entire facility. Combination of, spooky tactics with the lighting and also sicking the xenomorph who obeys her every command now to kill off, most of the soldiers, psychologically torture Sylvia, round everybody up, and, put them in that holding cell. When Cavalier comes to finally confront the children, he tells them all the story of what he did to his father. He talks about how his dad was, a mean drunk troglodyte who didn't understand his son and, hated him and would have been the death of him except for, he's a genius and he managed to build his own synth. That was a really great reveal, by the way. I thought that right hand, that lackey of his, was a little off, but I thought he was just like a corporate douchebag. That's why he was so, robotic and sociopathic in his mannerisms. It was just because, he was a corporate D-bag. But no, he was the first synthetic that Cavalier ever made, and, he made him for the specific purpose of killing his father, and then standing in as a surrogate, father figure so he could slowly build his empire. I kept thinking throughout the course of the episode that the eyeball was going to go into Sylvia. Cavalier intended for Joe to be the victim, but fortunately Wendy showed up and, took command. The eyeball managed to slink away after the fight between Wendy and, that right-hand second in command. And then at the very end of the episode, the eyeball ended up in Arthur. So even though Arthur's dead, he's still going to be around for a little bit, just acting as the host for the eyeball, and I'm guessing now the thing can communicate. We never got the one-on-one communication between the eyeball and Cavalier, which I think would still be a really cool scene, but overall I have to say I like how it worked out. That actor that plays Arthur, he was actually in 9 Days. I was trying to think, where the hell do I remember him from? Wendy had that great conversation with Joe where, she's mad at him throughout the course of the episode, but ultimately decides to, help him multiple points, is the one that initially lets him out of the cage. She says the thing she likes about the xenomorph is, its honesty, and she's just kind of fed up with the lies that all the humans have told her throughout her life. And it's quite interesting because at the very end of the episode, Yutani's forces are landing on the island, and they're about to engage with, whoever's left. Wendy and the rest of the hybrids have rounded everybody up. They've got Kirsch, who has a broken back. He's just kind of laying there, taking it all in. Morrow, who got beat up, almost got his revenge, but one small slip up and, Kirsch put the chokehold on him. Thank God he didn't die. That would have really sucked if they killed off Morrow like that. He's got to be around a lot longer. I love that character. And the hybrids have them all in the holding cell, finally decide that it's their time, and, all these others, they're going to have to stay here and be quiet for a while. Now, what exactly Wendy has in store for next season, I don't know, but, I'm 100% hooked. This first season was excellent. Maybe Wendy's going to try and be the queen of, this hodgepodge of, you've got Joe, you've got the hybrids. You also have all these alien specimens who she doesn't quite have total control over them. The eyeball is doing its own thing. The plan is doing its own thing. We finally saw what it's capable of. That was really cool. The 2 xenomorphs that, obey her every command, because I can only assume they think of her as a queen. I've talked about it before, but the average drone only has a 75 IQ. It's a literal drone. It's just, there to take orders, and when left to its own devices, its default is to just attack aggressively. That's all it's really capable of. So in its mind, it's probably thinking, here's this other being that's obviously smarter than me and is giving me orders. This is my queen. I just better follow direction. But yeah, the finale was quite surprising. This is not the direction I thought they would have gone with, but I gotta say, it does open up a ton of possibilities for season 2, which, we're gonna have to wait a while, but it's gonna be worth the wait, I think. Once again, it feels great to, live during a time when the alien universe is ascendant once again. We have a successful movie in Alien Romulus. We have a successful TV show in Alien Earth. And yeah, man, there's a ton of untapped potential in this universe. I personally, for a long time, I've wanted a film, Alien Earth War, based on the comics. If you've ever read them, it's so good. You could do a trilogy out of that storyline and it would be just amazing. But yeah, finale was great. First season was great. I look forward to season 2. The wait's going to suck, but, thus is life. So, yeah, it's going to be well worth the wait. And, yeah, that's pretty much all I got. So, as always, thanks for watching, and peace.